Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kwadash. Now, as you can see here, this is an article from The Guardian, and it says, UK Child Abuse Inquiry. Hundreds of children abused while in care of Lambeth Council inquiry finds, all right? And the Lambeth Council is, one of the boroughs of London. I believe it's like South London, So they're letting you know that, pretty much hundreds of children were abused in their care, man. In the care system of the so-called white man, which is nothing but, a ring where they traffic children, man. Okay? And they get them from, vulnerable homes, homes where their parents, they might have parents split up or parents on drugs. The care system intervenes. Oh, we need to take your children and take care of them. But now we know this already, all right? But now, we're just making videos on it. We know how wicked this place is, man. We know about it already. But it just shows you how wicked this place is. It's meant to be a care system, but they've been using that power to basically abuse children, man. So it says, inquiry into child sexual abuse say abuse occurred several decades on a scale hard to comprehend. So they're letting you know it was basically on a high level they were doing this, man. On a scale hard to comprehend. So I'm going to read this and I'm going to read some scriptures. All right, it says, hundreds of vulnerable children in the care of Lambeth Council in South London were subjected to horrendous cruelty and sexual abuse over several decades on a scale that was hard to comprehend, an independent inquiry report has found. The independent inquiry into child sexual abuse, ICSA, found more than 700 allegations of sexual abuse against hundreds of staff and individuals connected with just 3 homes in the borough. It says the true scale of abuse was likely to be far higher, it said. It said Lambeth Council had allowed violence and sexual assault to flourish in its children's residential homes, had failed to act against known abusers or tackle the brutal, harsh and punitive culture of its homes, with devastating consequences for many children in its care. And that's Esau, right? And you see, when the so-called white man gained the control of the earth, when you watch it in Goodbye Uncle Tom, they've got us in slavery. And, they're doing these kind of things. It shows you that in the movie, man. All right. So the beginning of Esau's society, that's what they were doing from their inception. They've been doing that, abusing children. All right. Making, the whole homosexuality agenda. So it's part of this society, man. It's in the moral fabric of this place. And there's no changing it. Even all this exposing that's happening. See, we're doing it because we're prophesying against it. But there's no changing it, man. The only way this place is going to be changed is by its destruction, all right? So it says, harsh and punitive culture of its homes with devastating consequences for many children in its care. It is hard to comprehend the cruelty and sexual abuse inflicted on children in the care of Lambeth Council over many years by staff, by foster carers and their families, and by volunteers in residential settings, the reporter concludes. Exactly, because your child is going into the hands of these strangers, man. They don't care about that child, man. And it's a home. See, these Esau's system, it defends these pedophiles and these people that practice these things. It defends them because here is they're meant to. The pedophile will be the person that takes the child into their home, onto their care. So it's basically a legal way for them to do this, man. But it's being exposed now. But it's gonna be destroyed anyway. But this is the wickedness of this place, man. All right. See, when we talk about this place being wicked and evil, man, it runs very deep how evil the place is, man. All right. It's hard to comprehend the cruelty and sexual abuse inflicted on children in the care of Lambeth Council over many years by staff, by foster carers and their families, and by volunteers in residential settings, the report concludes. Although most of the children had been taken into care after suffering violence and neglect at the hands of family members, the report noted that for some, the experience they had in the residential homes was worse than living at homes with their birth families. All right. See, because what Esau will do, he'll interfere in your family's situation, and it could be something minor, man. But Esau will interfere, oh, them children are not fit to be under your care. Then you'd be taken into the homes. And what happens to them in the homes, man? All kind of devastation, man. All right? All kind of devastations happen to them in these homes, man. These places where they're meant to be cared for. Okay? Well, that's the point, really. That is the point. Esau, more exposure is happening on Esau's realm, man. You know, hundreds of children abused while in care of Lambeth Council, inquiry finds, man. So this is just part. This is touching the surface, man. But this is this man's society. All right. So I'm gonna read this here, and this is part of the because a lot of those in Lambeth is a South London borough. So you know you got a lot of Jakes, and a lot of them Jakes would have been in them homes, man. Growing up, I knew a lot of Jakes that I knew in the world that were in the home system, man. In and out of the home system. You know, they had a tough life, man. You know? So this is Deuteronomy 28 and 32. It says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. Exactly. Yeah, that's talking about Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Oh, what did they do to the Native Americans, man? When they took the land from the Gadites, they put all the children in them care homes, the homes to re-educate them, which is nothing but the care home system today. And what did they do? They cut their hair, they took away their tribal clothing, their jewelry. All right, they couldn't speak their tribal languages anymore, which was the different native languages, which was the various forms of broken Hebrew. They couldn't speak that anymore. All right, they had to learn the so-called white man's English. All right, they had to wear suits and ties. So that's our children being taken from our hands, man. And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. And there's no might in our hand, because Esau can come in with he can come and monitor your home and say, look, your children are not fit to be under your care, and they're gone from your hands. So there's no might in our hands. We can't fight that. We can't say, no, I don't want that. I want my child to be here. They're going to fight. They're going to say, no, they have to be in our care because you're not capable of taking care of them. And they can conjure up many lies and, just to do that. So that's in the curses, man. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in our hands, man. And that's what's happened. That's part of that care home system, man. But it's coming out at how wicked and evil these places are, man. All right, because who's in control of it? The Edomites, man. This is Isaiah 47 and 2. Isaiah 47 verse 2. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And this is talking about America, right? Babylon the Great. Because you got to remember, I read the article I was reading was in Britain. But America and Britain is the same system. They have the same care home systems, the same thing, all right? It's only the same setup. It's the system of Rome. But the only difference is, obviously, America is Babylon the Great. And it's huge. It's on a larger scale than here. But the same things happen. Like over here in England, a lot of creepy, underhanded things take place, man. All right. So it says, Isaiah 47 and 1, it says, come down. Yeah, it's creepy over here, man. See, America's more blatant and stuff, but here's like creepy Edomites, man. So Isaiah 47 and 1, it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. That's talking about America. It's going to sit in the dust, meaning to be destroyed. And it's calling it a virgin daughter because America has never had war from the outside threat on its shores, man. All right. So come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And that's happening now. America's not being called tender and delicate. Everyone's figuring out how wicked and sinister the place really is. Child sex rings. Oh, you had what's her name? Hillary Clinton. She was involved in that Pizzagate scandal, which Pizzagate was the scandal where they had the pizza menus and they would basically order children as a pizza, pretty much, to do whatever they wanted to do with them, rituals, abuse with them. And most of them children, they're going to be groomed and come through the home systems of America also. It's a big pedophile ring, man. All right. It says, take the millstone and grind. It says, thou shalt no more, it says, there is no throne, O daughter of Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And that's happening now. It ain't being called tender and delicate, man. Everyone's figuring out the grime of that place, man, the reality. All right. It says, take the millstone and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. And that's what's happening. The lock, the thigh is being uncovered, man. All right. That's a metaphor to basically, thy nakedness shall be seen, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. That's the Lord. That's a metaphor of the place being uncovered. Thy nakedness, meaning the shame of the place is being seen. What it's really about, man. All right. All right. And now even Edomites, see these articles, it's not Jake's making them, it's Edomites, other Edomites. Their tongue falling upon themselves, man. So the Lord said, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. Because when Yahushua returns to destroy this place, he's coming all powerful in a Superman form, man. But the point I wanted to get out of that was the nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. So the shame of this society, of this so-called white man system, all right, is being uncovered, is being seen, man. The world is seeing the shame of this place, man. All right. Now they're saying over decades that those things happen. Imagine the destruction that's caused to various, the ripple effect that's had on those people and their families, man. Then you have the Catholic Church and all their scandals, all the ripple effects of destruction they've caused on people, man. So this is the shame of this place, man. All right. This is the shame of this society, man. So I'm gonna jump to verse 8 here. It says, Isaiah 47:8. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, which is America, right? That dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. That's how the thought process of America. They're saying I ain't gonna sit as a widow and I'm not gonna know the loss of children. I'm never gonna be touched. That's the mentality of the American Edomite and the mentality of the British Edomite. The so-called white man as a whole, they really think they're never gonna be touched. They're never gonna be touched. They're never going in slavery. They're never going down. Right? They're never gonna be punished. They think they're just gonna forever rule, man. Okay, so it says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. All right, for the multitude of thy sorceries. So so the loss of children, meaning they're gonna suffer the loss of children, man. They're gonna suffer widowhood. You know, Edomites' families being destroyed. They're gonna suffer these things. Their lands being taken from them. All right. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it have perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Exactly. They trust in their wickedness. So what's part of their wickedness, man? Their home care systems, where they can use that to basically, abuse children, to use them for their wicked means. Whether it's sacrificing rings, child sex rings, for their fun, for their rituals, pretty much, man. That's part of their wickedness that they've trusted in, man. All right, so verse 11 says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. All right, so meaning destruction is going to come upon these devils, man, and their system, and it's happening. See, the fact that they're being exposed, because it's one thing your society being exposed, and it's another thing really being punished for it, because the exposure is happening, but the punishment is going to come when Yahushua returns with the holy angels, man, and the missiles, also the nuclear destruction. Punishment's coming, and then when they're finally put in slavery, because you don't do all this wickedness. See, it's being exposed, but the Esau's mentality is, well, yeah, it's being exposed, but what can anyone do about it? Well, Yahushua is coming to destroy it, man. He's coming to destroy this society, and your future will be slavery under Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. See, because everything Esau has in his society, just the last thing I want to say, that care home system, you see it in Goodbye Uncle Tom. They got the little Negro lads and they're oiling them up, putting glitter on them. What the fuck do you think they were doing, man? Turning them into homosexuals, man, for their evil deeds, man. All right. So it's not today. It's nothing but their article is nothing but a modern day slave rings, man. But it's just not out in the open as a slave ring. You know, it's written as a care system, but it's nothing but a modern day slave ring, man. All right, and they're doing that to even their own children, man. You know, but hey, this place, the wickedness of it is just more and more just being seen, man. You know, so with that, I'm just going to say all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Shalom, shalom.